Hi, Leo. What does your soul need to know in February of 2026? What predictions and messages does your spirit guides and your higher self and my guides want you to know for this month of February? Please be sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising sign and your cusp sign to get a more clear picture of what's to come for you in this month of February. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for February 2026. And the first card you have in your reading, Leo, is the King of Pentacles. And this is an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could also be you if you have a sun, moon, or rising sign that is an earth sign. So first, my guides are telling me that there's some kind of protocol, method, or technique or system that you're going to be changing. Like maybe the way you go about doing your job, your work, or things in your home or environment. I'm also hearing that there's something that you're going to want to get to the bottom of and like see what makes it tick. For some of you, I do feel this is talking about like something electronic. It could be technology. It could be AI. It could be some kind of machinery. But there could be a person that you are encountering that you want to get to the bottom of what they're all about, like what makes them tick. You're going to be readjusting your thinking on money making ventures and ideas. Something you once thought you were never going to do, or you wouldn't get involved in, or you didn't have any interest in to pursue about ways to make money or invest in, you're now going to change your mind about it and have a different perspective and maybe pursue something that you once shied away from or turned away from in the past. Some of you could have somebody that is coming in and doing something to your home. This could be it could be an earth sign person, but they could be like rewiring your home. It could have to do with uh, cable, satellite, internet, wireless technology. It could have to do with electricity. So some of you, maybe this is the person that owns the company and you hire the company and they come in and they have somebody come in and do this kind of work in your home. Because I do get for some of you, you are going to give this King of Pentacles money for something. Maybe they're a life insurance agent and you're going to give them money because you're going to start a life insurance policy or a new car insurance policy or some other reason. I don't know, but some of you are giving this King of Pentacles money. Now, that could be, like I said, maybe this is the person that owns the company or that, comes in and does work in your home on any of the things I mentioned, which I feel like really is circling around Wi-Fi, internet, technology, electricity, or satellite connections. Some of you will decide to invest in property. Now, it could be land. Maybe you're not going to build anything on it. You're just like, I want an investment, but I'm going to invest in land. Or it could be a property you invest in that you're going to turn around and rent, or you're going to buy a property and turn around and flip it, or you're going to invest in a property and you're actually going to live there. So investing in property comes up here for some of you Leos. So the next card in your reading, Leo, is the Six of Pentacles. And this is a card that symbolizes giving generously, freely, and charitably to others. It can be receiving charity and generosity from others. It could also indicate the balance of give and take, or even financial success coming to you now or in the near future. If you have any thoughts of starting your own company or business, you may decide to go down that road to pursue that in February. If you had a business that failed and that you were like, I got to close shop, I'm not doing this anymore, you could be reopening it or opening a new business. There could be some things that you have to pay back. There could be debts, or it could be to a person. It could be to a bank or, you know, a mortgage company, whatever. Uh, but there could be somebody you have to pay back. Like I said, it could be debts, but it could be an individual also. If you have to spend your money or invest in anything, in any companies or businesses, or invest in land, my guides are saying you're going to get more bang for your buck. So that's good. So whatever money you have to spend, it will be worthwhile to you. And getting good financial return for your investments. So if there's anything you invested in the past, stocks, cryptocurrency, land or property, and you're going to sell it, you're going to get a lot of, you're going to get good return for the money that you invested. This could be a month where you're helping somebody out. There could be a family member to you or a friend that is down and out. They could need, money to pay their rent or mortgage, or they need money because, they got to pay their bills. So some of you may be helping somebody out. I feel it's more like someone a relative or a friend. It could be you're donating to charities. That's possible, but it feels more like you're helping somebody out. And if you don't see this happening in February, I feel like it's like right after February that these things I'm talking about here show up for you. But, like March or April. But as I said in the past, timing is different for all of you in a general reading. So some of the things I'm saying here may have already happened to you already. But for some of you, it could happen much later than this month of February. This could be a month where you start talking to someone about getting a loan, a mortgage, a grant. So you could have those kind of conversations this month or next month or April. So the next card in your reading is Judgment. What do we think about a situation? What do you feel about it? What's the word? What's the proclamation? How are things going to go down, and how does it affect everyone involved? You could even be making an announcement. There could be some big judgment that comes down about something in your life. You have to be careful, Leo, because you could open up a can of worms with somebody and you may be like, what are you talking about? Well, you could have a conversation with somebody where you're like, bring up the past or bring up some kind of old wound or argument. And it could like, bam, open up a big can of worms. If you are married or seriously coupled with somebody, this could also apply with a friend or a family member. If you had it, or bosses or coworkers, if you had an argument with somebody in the past and it was kind of like either it just got ignored or, maybe you guys patch things up. Well, if you bring that up again in this month of February or soon, and it gets reopened, it's going to be an explosive fight and argument. I would be very careful of bringing up old past arguments or, anything like that. I would avoid it at all costs if you can do so, Leo. My guides are saying you're going to see somebody dissolve into tears. So this would be somebody that you probably have a strong emotional connection to, like a love partner or a family member or a friend. I like I feel like you're whatever you say, I'm not saying they're innocent, don't get me wrong, but whatever you say to them, like I see like an emotional breakdown of tears. So not only do I feel like it's opening a big can of worms and there could be yelling going on and shouting with each other could come up, I see the person you're talking to dissolving into tears, although you could be the one that does, but I really feel it's the person you're talking to. There could be something you need to redo about your taxes, your finances. So if you pay estimated taxes throughout the year, or you're doing tax prep is starting now, or something to do with like, you know, money coming in, money going out, could have to do with accounting and bookkeeping. Also, like I feel like there's something that's awry here. Like something's gone haywire. It needs to be re-examined, readjusted, resubmitted if you have to submit it. Like something is off. And if you deal with any financial advisors, or accountants, you better check on what they're doing. Maybe they're ripping you off and you're going to get this big surprise of your life, like money's missing from my account. Where is it going? Like there could be something like that, or somebody you're trusting with your money and finances, uh, that pays bills for you or keeps records or whatever. You could have like a kabam, like a something could get revealed to you. You know, like maybe you're thinking somebody's paying your taxes all along and they're not doing it. They forgot. Or, you know, I don't know. There could be something like that. Or you're trusting your significant other to pay the bills, to pay this, to that. And then suddenly your electricity is shut off, or your water gets turned off, or your Wi Fi and internet gets shut off. I don't know. But you need to be careful of who's paying your bills. Are they paying it? Is taxes getting filed properly? And all of that. And if you're interested in getting any of the special video series I record for Vimeo and my Patreon shop, my most recent videos are the eclipse effects from the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius, February 17th, 2026, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings for each sign of the zodiac. You may want to get your sun sign and your rising sign, or whatever signs normally resonate with you, on my YouTube and Rumble videos. Also, if you're interested about information on your love life, you might want to get my big love readings for 2026 for singles and couples for each sign of the zodiac. Some people have written me and said that their Venus sign resonates with them in these videos. So you may want to consider getting your sun sign and your Venus sign, or whatever normally resonates with you, on my YouTube and Rumble readings. Also, don't forget my psychic crystal readings for February 2026 for each sign of the zodiac are available. These are a continuation and an expansion of the psychic tarot readings that I'm doing right now on YouTube and Rumble. So if you want more messages from my spirit guides for this month of February, I recommend you getting my crystal readings. These videos are for sale on Vimeo and on my Patreon shop. Those links are down below in the description box in the show more section, and they're also available on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. So the next card in your reading, Leo, is the King of Swords, and this is an air sign person: Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could be you if you have a sun, moon, or rising sign that is an air sign. You could feel a little challenged by this air sign, like you're up against something with them. There could be competition here, or if they're your significant other or a boss, they could feel challenging to you in this month of February or soon thereafter. You may question their integrity and authority. This could be somebody that you feel in competition with. You may feel like they make more, you may find out or know they may make more money than you, and you may feel put off by that. Like, why? You may feel like that's not right or fair. This could also be somebody that works for you or does something with you that may look at you like, you put me in this position of power. So why are you questioning me or questioning my integrity or authority? So this could be somebody you hire. It could be an employee to you or somebody you hired to do a specific task or job. You could feel like this air sign person is really draining your energy. It could be mentally draining you. They could be mentally draining to you, emotionally draining to you, or all around draining your energy. They may look at you like they don't think you're fair. They may feel like you are prejudiced or prejudiced against them in some way, or that you're not treating them fairly, or maybe they think you do other things that they don't agree with and they don't think is fair or just. So, just as much as you may be critical of this air sign person, they may be equally as critical of you. I feel like adjustments need to be made either in your thinking about them or in your dealings with them. Because again, adjustments need to be made here between you and this air sign person. I get the words like theater, drama. So there could be a lot of theater and drama between the two of you. This could be connected to this card. It could also be connected to, remember, I said somebody could come in and do work in your home. This may be the owner of the company. King of Swords may be the one that comes in and does the work. But just as well with this card, with the fight or argument or, opening up of old wounds or somebody crying or being brought to tears, that could be the person here with the this air sign person. You could have conflict with them. Now, remember, it's a general reading, Leo. So that's why I always say, watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. And if you're born on the cusp, your cusp sign, to get a more clear picture, because that may spell it out more for you, like who this is to you. I do feel at times you do see eye to eye with this air sign person, but I don't really feel like you're seeing eye to eye with them now, either in February or soon, based on this reading. Your last card in the reading is Temperance. This is having patience, needing patience, having patience. It can also be alchemy, where God is working through you in what you're doing, thinking, creating, and saying. You may feel like in February, you need more facts, you need more information. You may be going through like old records, old documents, old bills, old tax returns, old bank statements, old documents of any kind, like going through records, documents, any of those things. It's like you're looking at something through a fine-tooth comb and you're seeing where something fell off. Like, you're going to look back and see everything was going along to this point and then where the chaos is. So that could be on bank statements, credit card bills, uh, you know, tax returns, anything like that. It's like I feel like you're going to look back and you're like, okay, this seems right. This is good. Oh, there's the hole. There's the pitfall. I feel like you're going to do things in a whole new way that's going to be very a big improvement and make things better, which also came up in was mentioned in this card. So you may find a new way to pay your bills, a new way to keep records, a new way to, if you record videos, a new way to record videos, or a new way to publicize your work, or a new way, like you're finding new ways of doing things, but it takes patience. You have to, uh, like, I'm not saying you wouldn't see improvement right away, but it does take time, energy, and patience. You may be doing a lot of cleaning out of closets, of drawers, of attics, of basements, of crawl spaces, of storage units, like cleaning out of a lot of things. And it could be paperwork and old documents and records and things like that. Maybe you want to get rid of paper and you're going to start scanning all this stuff and getting it on some kind of hard drive, so you don't have like files of papers and folders and all of that, or pictures or other things that you have. You may be trying to move them from one place to another. You may be trying to consolidate them. You're going to want to have a lot of self-assurance if you come up against any competition. So if you have to do any debates, big conversations, um, you want to have the most confidence. If you're in school and you're on the debate team, like you got to be prepared. If you have to go up against a company or a person that you're like questioning their work or their authority or what they've been up to, you have to have confidence and self-assurance. Some of you could have a new start with a love partner where you start over again. So there could be somebody that you've broken up with, or could even be a friend. It doesn't have to be love, but it does come up like starting over with a partner again. Could even be a business partnership. Maybe you had a business partnership, you guys fell apart, didn't work. Maybe you're going to join back together again and start over. You have to see how these messages make sense to you. The best gemstone crystal I got for Leos to work with, use, and wear in the month of February 2026, you got blue lace agate. This is connected to the throat chakra, the element of air and water, and also the zodiac sign of Pisces. It brings hope and unity. It's good for cleansing and bringing harmony. It neutralizes anger, fever, and inflammation. Blue lace agate is a cooling and calming stone. It's good for verbal expression of thoughts and feelings, and it helps the thyroid and repair of bones. So, wow, it came up like you're going to have confrontations, big important conversations, people doing work in your property or home, all that. Well, listen, that just said that, it could it's good for verbal expression of thoughts and feelings. So you should carry blue lace agate if you're having any of those big conversations or confrontations. It's also going to help relieve any kind of back trouble. If you've been having muscle spasms or herniated discs or pulled muscle, it could help with your back. It's also going to give a boost to your ego and like self-confidence, boost to ego, boost to your self-confidence. It's going to be a good illuminating stone for you to see where the pitfalls are in anything, in a situation, in a conversation. It's going to be like almost like shining a flashlight or a spotlight on things that need illuminating in your life. It's also going to help you with restless leg syndrome if you have that. And it's also going to be a good gemstone to help you if you're having trouble sleeping at night. So you may want to put it next to your bed on a nightstand or under your pillow when you go to bed to sleep. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. It does mean a lot to me, and it does help this channel grow. And if you're interested in any of the special videos I record on very specific topics, bringing you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides, You can get them on my Vimeo on-demand videos and also on my Patreon shop. I've created a list you can read here on this slide. They are also linked below this video in the description box and on my website, theluckymermaid.com, on the videos page. So I hope you all have an absolutely amazing month of February, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.